Hey guys, welcome to another episode of WoW Weekly with Myst. For this week, not a whole lot going on, but Wintervale does start up near the end of it. So we'll have World Quests as the weekly event. PvP Brawl will be Comp Stomp, and then Wintervale starts up on the 16th, which is Saturday, I believe. And yeah, that's basically what's going on for this week. So pretty chill week up until the weekend. Once Wintervale starts up, that will be the hype. And I did dig up some info for you guys, so I do have some stuff to talk about regarding Wintervale. So Wintervale will have some new gifts. There's going to be the Wintervale socks. And then there's also the Junior Timekeeper's Racing Belt. There's also a new Pepe toy. So it's this sled, and you can have Pepe riding on the sled with you. And then the final item to mention here is, of course, the Drake cosmetic. So all the major holidays have had them. So we got one for Christmas. This is the one I'm looking forward to because it's my favorite one out of all of them. And yeah, so this is the Wintervale armor. So not sure how we're going to get the armor yet because the two gifts that I mentioned, those will come from, your gift opening on Christmas Day. The sled that allows Pepe to ride with you, that's going to drop off the abominable Grinch. And then as for the armor for your dragon riding, there's been no word on how to obtain that. Of course, we'll know on Saturday or maybe Friday. They'll let us know how we're obtaining it. But at the time of doing this video, Sunday night, December 10th, there's still just no word on that. And I originally thought it would come out of a gift on the 25th, but then, we already have two new gifts that we're gonna get through that. So really, really not too sure. A dungeon thing would make sense, except there is none with Wintervale. There's never been a reason to go into a dungeon. I guess the only thing that would make sense is there was always like a couple of bosses in current out of like a dungeon or a raid or both that would drop the red and green hat for you to wear. Most of us have it, but, if you don't, there's every year they've had that. So maybe one of those has a possibility of the Drake. It would be nice to see it just being a gift, honestly. It would be nice to have a nice, easy Drake. Or just have it on the vendor. I don't even care if it costs a lot. Like there was that one Drake, I can't remember which event it was from, but there was a Drake that cost 50,000 on the vendor. I would definitely take that over what they did with the Brewfest and the Halloween one because those were grinds for 2 weeks, more or less. Won't ramble too much more on that one. We'll just leave it at, I don't know what the source is, but I can definitely let you know in the next WoW Weekly, because this all starts on Saturday, so a couple of days after will be the next WoW Weekly, so, if you haven't gone in yet at that point, I can let you know, and yeah, so that's basically it for this week's events. Okay, so for some retail news. The first one is that there were 5 missing weapons on the trading post. So in last week's video, I had kind of shown you what was announced for the trading post. Blizzard did a and forgot to put things on it. So here is the 5 missing items. We've got the chipped Gladius, 50 trader tender, craftsman, timber mallet, 50 trader tender. There's the chilled touch of the condemned. This one is 150 trader tender. The glittering fell gavel is 200. And then our fifth weapon is the Lost Crusaders Zir battle axe. And this one's 200 trader. And that is just yet another reason why I don't like doing the trading post immediately, because not only do I feel like I don't have to because tasks are so easy that I can knock it out in whatever day I decide I'm going to finish the trading post on, but the reality is this isn't the first mistake they've done. There's been a couple of mistakes throughout some of the other trading posts as well. And it's just better to wait at least a week after. So hopefully this works out for you guys that may have already spent your trader tender. Okay, so that's all I got to say on current news. Next up is all stuff coming in the next patch, 10.2.5. So the first thing I thought we'd discuss is the Manuscript of Endless Possibility. So this is a new dragon riding customization that you'll see in 10.2.5, and it randomizes your dragon riding mounts each time you mount up. So kind of similar to how you can do that with your mounts. There is the mount randomizer that we've had for a while with the regular mounts. So this will be available for 50 Riders of Azeroth badges. Our next racing shows up on January 11th as far as the tournament stuff. That's when we will see the Outland Cup, which kind of gives you an idea, just based off of that little piece of info. It gives you an idea when to expect 10.2.5. Because that cup actually ends, right? And so it's January 11th to January 25th. So yeah, that basically means that you won't see 10.2.5 any later than January 25th. So in the next patch, we will have Bel'ameth as an area. It's the Night Elf capital city. And there's a Horde player special aura that's going to be available. Here it is. It's called Eyes of the Sentinels, and basically just says upon entering these lands, the eyes of the Sentinels are upon you. So it'll be given to all Horde players visiting Amadressel and Bel'ameth. It doesn't have any type of effect to it when interacting with other players. You will lose the aura while flying around the sanctuary zone of Bel'ameth, but you receive it again when leaving to the open fields of Amadressel. Basically, in short form, it makes Bel'ameth a neutral area. Yeah. There will be some new portals. So in Stormwind, the upstairs area of the Stormwind portal room, there's going to be a portal to Bel'ameth added there. And then there's also a portal back to Stormwind. Kind of like in BFA when you would port into like the Darkshore and Arathi assault areas, it was similar. Yeah, there was also a portal there that sent you back to the city. I like when they do that. And then there's one more portal, but this seems to only really benefit druids, and you'll see why. It's because it's in the Emerald Dreamway, which is a druid spell. In case you have a druid and you're newish and you don't realize it, there is a spell from Legion that sends you to the Emerald Dreamway, and basically that will lead you to Bel'ameth, and then there's a portal back to the Emerald Dreamway for the druids. There's been some new Pepe costumes that were data mined. So we have a tiny dragon goblet. So this is the Alexstrasza Pepe. There's the tiny earwormer, which is the Tuskar Pepe. That one's super cute. As someone who loves winter and snow and all that, I just love that one. And then the third one is a tiny explorer's hat. And this one's, of course, Explorer Pepe. Next, we have some Azerothian Archive achievements, and it will grant you 2 new battle pets. So those are Hafe, who is this guy, and Reese. Okay, so that's it for retail news. I've got some classic news. So, of course, Season of Discovery has been out for a bit now. And maybe you're wondering what the Waylaid supplies is that's in there. Basically, it's a very much a rep thing. So you complete the Waylaid supplies and you get some rep with Azeroth Commerce, which is a new rep in the game. That's the Alliance rep. So Azeroth Commerce Authority is Alliance, and then Durotar Supply and Logistics is the Horde rep. So you'll get some silver, some experience, and some reputation when you hand in the Waylaid supplies. And a lot of the time it'll be, there's a copper bar one where it's like add 20 copper. I've had some that were, like herbs, and, sometimes they want you to make stuff. Yeah, so you just add it and then it fills and then you hand it in. Just a quick side point here, but as someone who has filled a few of these now, and also handed in some completely unfilled, unless you are doing pretty good in the game and you're pretty progressed, mainly like max level, and you're starting to build up some money, I would just hand in incomplete. You do get a little extra from completing it, but here's how it works. If you complete it, you get 300 rep, 80 experience, 6 silver. If you hand it in incomplete, you get 100 rep, 70 experience, and 1 silver. So it is slightly more, and it is worth it to complete it for sure. But if you've got a bunch in your bags and you're just not sure if you want to spend the materials, it's good if it's like gathering stuff. If it's like handing out skins or herbs or whatever, that shit's easy. But you may start getting some that I've seen some where they want actual gear created, where you make, leather belts or whatever, right? So it really just depends on the type of crate. But if you get like a more struggle type crate, I would just hand it in. Hand it in empty. Take your 200 loss. They drop pretty frequently anyway, the crates. It's not a huge deal to take the loss once in a while. And one extra fact that I recently just found out myself, so this may be something that many people aren't aware of, but these crates only work up to friendly. So once you hit friendly, you gotta start doing more severe stuff to gain rep. As an alliance, I've been handing all mine in Darnassus. I guess as a night elf as well. There might be a more convenient place for you, but for me, I'm right near Darnassus, so I've been going there. Hand in is by the auction house. But yeah, I can't tell you where it is for Horde. I've only really been playing the one character so far. But yeah, they're fairly easy to find. So once you hit friendly with these factions, you'll be able to buy stuff from them. When you reach Honored, you can buy runes. And here's the list. So these are what you can get off of the vendor. They cost 4 gold, 50 silver a piece. One little hotfix they kind of put in that I really like is that we can now carry multiples. So basically before, if another crate was available, you kind of had to drop one to take one. Like you could only carry one. But now you can carry multiple crates. So as for mounts, on day 1 in my stream, when Season of Discovery had first launched, I was talking about how they were, being a little trolly, capping it at 25 when we couldn't have mounts. That's inaccurate. I found out that you can actually have a mount at 25 in Season of Discovery. It's through PvP. Basically, it's the Warsong Gulch rep. So you can earn it through there, or you can also have a chance to earn it through the new Ashenvale World PvP event that is going on. And so there is 2 mounts. It's the Trainee Sentinel Night Saber, and then also the Trainee Outrider Wolf, and you can see in the tooltip there that it requires level 25. As for speed, it is 50%. So yeah, some people were thinking it would be 60, but yeah, I guess it's 50. However, the downfall of it is you can only use it in Ashenvale. And on the topic of Ashenvale, there's been some updates on the battle for Ashenvale, so here is the blue post on it. Also, camp lieutenants have been buffed in the battle for Ashenvale, and it's now required to kill faction leaders. And then a little update for hunters. The wyverns can be tamed. So this is all connected to one of your runes. There's the rune of Kill Command, which has a quest chain that rewards you the Wyvern Taming Wand. So basically, without doing a how-to video right away on this, if you're interested in this, hunters, and you're playing classic WoW, Season of Discovery, just go to Stone Talon Mountains, and you'll be looking for Jigsaw Mad Rocket. He's at 5962 for coordinates. Map-wise, right here, I'll pop it up on screen. So that is where he'll be located. And that will start the quest. You'll get the Wild Wyvern Wrangling quest, and then the rest is just easy sailing. But that is how it starts. Okay, so our next topic and last topic is D4. And so last week, D4 released their Abattoir of Zir, which is a new seasonal event in a season. Yeah, if it sounds weird saying that out loud. It's a seasonal event in a season. So basically the event will be live until the release of Season 3, which I guess they already have a date for, and that will be January 23rd. So yeah, you got till January 23rd with this Abattoir of Zir. They did some hot fixes with it this past week, so monster damage is reduced to 20%. Glyph experience reward increased at Tier 2 and above. Vampiric and suppressor affixes removed from Bloodseekers, and Tier 1 to 9 difficulty is reduced. As for some general info, basically, Abattoir of Zir is an endgame pinnacle dungeon event that it's very similar to Greater Rifts in D3. So, which really kind of interests me, even although I haven't had a chance to get in there yet. I haven't played D4 in a couple of weeks myself. But the one thing that I always said I kind of missed that from D4 that D3 had is riffs. I know there's a lot of haters of D3, but I loved greater riffs. So yeah, that's very cool. So this gives players 10 minutes to kill enough enemies to fill the progress bar, and that will spawn 3 Bloodseekers. And killing the Bloodseekers before the time runs out completes the event. So this can be completed at 25 tiers of difficulty. This is by far the most challenging content so far in D4. Enemies in the Abattoir of Zir exceed the maximum Nightmare Dungeon monster level, which is 154, and their health scales accordingly, leading to longer encounters. Monster damage doesn't scale as closely as enemy health, but defensives are still a critical part of climbing the difficulty levels, and a single death immediately ends the run, whether playing solo or in a group. In order to start this event, you're going to need to craft a Bloodforged Sigil with sigil powder at the Occultist, similar to sigils used to start your Nightmare Dungeons, and a Tier 1 Bloodforged Sigil can be crafted once the season journey is complete. So I guess I'm going to need a minute to hop into this one because I haven't finished my season journey yet. I guess there's a reason to speed that shit up. And then clearing the Abattoir of Zir then allows players to craft a sigil for the next difficulty, and using the Bloodforged Sigil opens a blood portal in Ked Abardu, Dry Steppes, that grants access to the Abattoir. So yeah, this went live on December 5th, and it will continue to be live for the rest of the season, which ends January 23rd. I did see a comment on this that I thought would be interesting to just note, and it was interesting for me to read as someone who hasn't completed the season. But the question was, has it been said if the requirement 100% is the seasonal journey, or is completing each chapter good enough? And the answer is completing the chapters is enough. So you don't need to 100% the season journey, just get the chapters complete. And as for rewards, so killing the Bloodseekers at the end of the Zir grants anywhere from 4 to 7 items. They're all 900 item power, and you'll get gold as well. The most exciting reward seems to be the Tears of the Blood glyph, which players receive after their first Zir completion. This is a new glyph, and it's leveled with glyph experience at the end of the Abattoir of Zir, the same way other glyphs are leveled at the end of the Nightmare Dungeons. And they do say it can be leveled to 200 rather than 21, and provides a massive increase to overall damage done. It starts with a glyph radius of 4 that can be increased to 5 by leveling the glyph to 50. And then it also empowers rare nodes within the glyph radius, making it exceptionally strong for some Paragon boards. And that's basically the gist of Abattoir of Zir, which is going on right now. Okay, so now for Midwinter Blight. So Midwinter Blight is going to start up this week. It starts tomorrow. So it'll be December 12th to January 2nd. And basically it's a seasonal event. It gives you the opportunity to earn some holiday themed cosmetics in D4. Here's a little overview of it. So Midwinter Blight will take place in Fractured Peaks. Fractured has been enveloped in a storm, freezing out the locals. It's eternally dark as the storm blocks out the sunlight. New horror lurk in the shadows and preying upon the inhabitants. So they have mentioned that they plan on doing this event every year in D4. So, could be interesting to see them rotate out rewards every year. As far as how do you start this up, you'll meet an NPC. His name is Gillion, and he is a bard in Kayavashad at the Midwinter Square. So you'll see it on your map. So just open up your map and, be in Kayavashad, and you'll see it. So basically what we know so far on this event is you'll find a group of blight fiends dancing around some frigid husks. You'll also find some events themed after the Midwinter Blight. If you disrupt this stuff enough, you'll end up annoying and summoning the Wrath of the Red Cloaked Horror. Participating in killing this boss will reward you with resources that you can take back to the Midwinter Square to increase your progress and obtain rewards. Materials you're going to farm. Blighted fragments, you'll be able to collect these by slaying blight fiends. Lost heirloom, you'll be able to collect those from the frigid husks. These are the totems crafted with human limbs, skulls, flesh, and bones. And then the red cloaked trophy is your third item that you're going after, and this can be collected from the decapitated red cloaked horror, which is your big boss guy. So once you've gathered enough materials, you can exchange the materials for the Midwinter Proof. It says use these to purchase Midwinter rewards from Gillion at the Midwinter Square in Kayavashad. As far as the boss himself, he spawns in random locations within Fractured Peaks, so you have to explore the zone to find him. Or look in chat, people will be shouting it out for sure. The first time you defeat him, you'll earn 2 new title rewards. One is Frigid, the other is Reveler. There'll be a Midwinter Tribute. So it works similar to the Blood Harvest board. So when you turn in any of the 3 materials to exchange them for the Midwinter Proofs, you earn tribute points. As your progress bar fills up, you unlock a new tier to earn a reward. As for rewards, we have these. You can collect up to 5 pieces of back trophies, 1 per class. And then there's up to 14 different cosmetics across all classes. And they're all free. These cosmetics can be purchased by Gillion at the Midwinter Square in Kayavashad for Midwinter Proof, the currency that you obtain at the collector's table when you exchange the materials. There is a new elixir. It's called Gillion's Brew. This increases your maximum life, your lucky hit chance, and experience by 15%. And this effect does actually work outside of Fractured Peaks. The elixir can be stockpiled and can also be used after the event ends, which is really nice. So it won't vanish if you have some spare elixirs in there. So you can purchase this item, but it does also drop from the Midwinter caches that you'll get through the event. So the aspects that will be rewarded during the Midwinter Blight will persist after the event ends, but you will only be able to collect these aspects during the event. You can purchase them from Gillion for 10 of the Midwinter Proofs. They did hint at some secrets throughout this event, but there hasn't been much talk past that. So there may be a couple of extra things that happens. So, keep your eye out for some unannounced things, I guess. And that's basically it for Midwinter Blight. One last thing before I end the topic of Midwinter Blight. Blizzard teamed up with Mountain Dew to give out some purple-themed weapon cosmetics. So this is the Amethyst weapon cosmetics. And they can be obtained by redeeming item codes on labeled Mountain Dew products. So these will be available during the promotion, which is running right now, and it will end on December 29th. And that concludes all of our D4 talk for this week. Okay, so for Myst's weekly update, it's been a pretty busy week. I did have to cancel a couple of streams this past week. My bad. They were Season of Discovery streams that I canceled. But we'll be back at it this week. It's going to be very scattered this week because I got a lot of games that are like having events going on right now. And some I've been kind of slacking at getting to. So I think we're probably going to have to put like one game each into the week. So those games will be, of course, some retail. We'll do our Wednesday mount farming, but then on Saturday, I'm going to want to be in there for the first day of Wintervale. So yeah, that's what my plan is for retail. I'm also planning on doing a Disney Dreamlight Valley stream. The update went live a week ago, and I still have not gotten in there to do anything really. And I also want to get back into Season of Discovery, of course. I'm still leveling. I haven't done any leveling in a bit now. Yeah, I would say a solid week. I haven't really done anything. So we're still working on getting to that 25. And then, of course, D4, because I'm interested in this Midwinter Blight. And I'm interested in that Abattoir of Zir, but I still need to, my seasonal character is not through the season yet, or at least all the chapters. So, yeah, gotta get that shit done. But yeah, that's my plan. One thing I wanted to mention as well, as far as content goes, is my Clips channel. It's been doing pretty good lately, YouTube is so weird because I'm just gonna say, like, my average number of views that I get on videos on this channel, my Clips channel is doing that. And my Clips channel's newish. Like, I think it's been at most a year, but I don't think I've had it for a year. And it's only got like 29 subs at the time of recording this. So a 29 sub channel is doing just as good as my 3,000 channel. It's kind of weird. Yeah. But, I shouldn't say just as good. I have more regulars that like comment on videos and stuff over here, but view-wise on videos, yeah, it gets those same numbers. So I just thought I'd highlight that. There's a video recently I did that's racking up to the 2,000 mark, and which, I think is amazing because it's not like I'm a YouTuber that had, 500,000 subscribers and then made a Clips channel. Like, no, that's not how it worked. I was sitting at like 2,000 on this main channel when I made that Clips channel. I'm still an unrecognized YouTuber, more or less. So it's just so crazy how the algorithm works in weird ways. That's for sure. So just thought I would, for those that don't know, that channel exists. Just thought I would highlight it in today's video. Definitely go check it out. It's a bit of everything, but it is, it's got a good chunk of WoW as well. For those that are wondering, why wouldn't you just put it on your WoW channel that has 3,000? It's because it's stream highlights. For the most part, that content exists on this channel. It's just in the streams, right? So, yeah. So that's why, because, technically you can't have the same content on multiple channels, but it's different if it's clipped and stuff, right? And for those that enjoy my content, this is not the only other channel. If you scroll all the way down my page, I have a list of all the channels I run, and yeah. I try to run. It's me, myself, and I over here. I do a lot, considering I don't have a team behind me. So, yeah, most people, that's totally wrong saying. I'm just going to say everyone that does even remotely close to the amount of content that I do has a team. No one does this much content without a team, right? So the uploads can be a little rough sometimes with the other channels. It's very tough to do all of that all by yourself. I think I'm Superwoman most days and I just do it, but it is tough to keep up with it and all that. Aside from that, I haven't really done much. I've been trying to focus on editing. I've got some videos that I want to get out before the year ends. I did finally purchase a new Christmas tree, so I got that this week. And yeah, I haven't put up a tree in a while because I have cats. And yeah, if you're a cat owner, you know what I mean. And this year I've decided to just test it. I miss having a Christmas tree, and I wanted to have a legit Christmas tree this year. And yeah, so my plan is it's going to go in the room, so you guys will see it. I don't plan on putting it up till next week, though, just because that's when I think I'll have time to put it up. But yeah, I'm going to put it up. It's going to stay in the room for stream. And then my plan is after Christmas Day, I am going to give them full control to go after that tree, and I want to see what they do. And if that tree gets destroyed, this was our one Christmas with a Christmas tree. And if it doesn't, then we're good. I did read that as long as you don't put tinsel on the tree, it might keep the cats away. So I'm kind of banking on that. I didn't buy any tinsel. I just got... I just got my ornaments, and maybe I'll keep them higher up. I like to put candy canes on the Christmas tree, so I think I'm gonna have to put those higher up because Mystic, my black cat, she loves plastic, and there's plastic on a candy cane, so she would 100% go after the candy canes. So that's my update for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.